So I would say, the first thing is each well is going to be unique. And I think that's a solid point across the board. But when it comes to development, it's not going to be a cookie cutter process. There's going to be a lot of similarities, that's true, but you need to tackle each well independently. Back to communicating with the owner, the consulting engineer, all the parties that, hey, we've got goals for development and this is how we're going to do it, even lay out any cost overruns that might be included. So that, sets the stage going in. Monitor. So if you're using a new material, an enhancement or a new type of process, vet it beforehand. Know what is the chemical signature of that product, or what do we look at physically to get a response there. Test on site. It's not uncommon for us to test chlorine concentrations or pH. Conductivity is very simple to do on site with a conductivity meter. They typically run $50 to $75 for a good one. And when you're dealing with conductivity, it's pretty standard for an aquifer. So if all of a sudden 500 microsiemens is showing up as 2,500, you still got material to move out of there. And that could be just formation fines. Could also be, soda ash that was added in, or it could be a polymer that was used to enhance the mud. So that's a real cheap and easy test to qualify. The other is, mason jar, or if you want to get fancy, an Imhoff cone. Let that turbidity and the solid settle out, and you can get a good designation of what that material is. And hold it against an opaque surface. Standard white utility truck works great, but a piece of paper is also useful. Then pump tests. Maybe a slight adjustment on that is a calibrated orifice test, but some measure of the well's efficiency and production capacity. And where does it fall with design, and where does it fall with known wells in that area? Most of the drillers know their backyard, so to speak. And if given the time and given the respect, they'll recognize those problems early on. And that's the time to respond to them. Whether it's more physical work or an enhanced chemical redevelopment, that's the time to do it. When we fail to do that, then we see issues in cost per gallon increases. More chance that we'll have anaerobic growth bacteria-wise, which then opens the door to coliform bacteria and other opportunistic pathogens, or even aesthetic problems, rotten egg odors and discoloration. So it's, I would say communication, understanding that every well is unique, and then monitor. And monitoring is going to be well-specific, product-specific, pump-specific, but those three things are key.